Channel today. It seems these protests are gaining momentum across Iran, spreading to other cities. From your perspective, describe the scope of unrest you're seeing, and how do you see this progressing?
Yes, well, good morning to you and to your viewers. This is one of a series of protests that Iran has experienced over the past few years. But there are several aspects of this that are larger than what they have been. Certainly now we've seen protests in every one of Iran's provinces and most of its major cities. And the regime is starting to show some degree of concern about this, whereas before they had not even mentioned this in state-run media. Now they're acknowledging that it's occurring. They cut off the country's internet access so that information cannot spread about what tonight's protests are like. And by the way, they started 15 minutes ago in a number of Iranian cities. So we'll see the video of that as information does come out of Iran in the next few hours. Starlink has announced that Iran now has free internet access, so that will be an alternative to the government-controlled internet connections that obviously are not working today because the government doesn't want us to know what's going on.
You talk about the government's response in terms of shutting off the internet. Let's describe more about the government's response, signaling it would step up its crackdown, with Ayatollah Khamenei saying protesters are, quote, ruining their own streets in order to please U.S. President Donald Trump.
Well, and this has almost nothing to do with President Trump, although he has put out social media posts threatening even military consequences against the regime if it doesn't allow peaceful protests. So this is an entirely Iranian-driven effort. The people are increasingly frustrated with the government's unwillingness and inability to allow greater social freedoms and to make a deal with the rest of the world that could end Iran's nuclear program and make it comply with its treaty obligations under the International Atomic Energy Agreements. And so there's a lot going on in Iran that the people want to see changed, and the government right now is preventing any of that from happening.
Thomas Warrick is a senior fellow at the Scowcroft Middle East Security Initiative Atlantic Council. Thomas, greatly appreciate your time and insight on this topic today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.